Another one. Is that what DJ Khaled would say?
Oh, God.
DJ Khaled would say that to start a podcast. Every podcast, we should do that in honor of the man, the myth, the legend, DJ Khaled. Another one. It's a Chunk podcast, and we are back. And by we, I mean we got Ryan Lynch up in here. We got Niki, Juste, and we got JJ Mitchell on the podcast right now. How you guys doing?
Ooh, we doing great. I got so much to talk about, especially my favorite character, but I mean, I guess we'll get to that later.
Spoiler alert. Jeez, let the people get to that portion of the show. And, I mean, we're going to hit the Venom pod, or not the Venom. Does Venom have a podcast?
The Venom podcast. This is now a Venom podcast.
Oh, boy.
Way to
Excellent
go.
news.
I'm so glad that you
every episode.
Start it over because I'm not doing the DJ Khaled bullshit.
What? Are you kidding me?
You're going to scream.
Keep it.
Oh, we're keeping everything. This is all staying. So we're gonna get right into it anyway. By the way, Lynch, again, I'm sorry. This is how it starts. This is how it's gonna happen, and people are just gonna have to deal with it. I want to start by saying, well, thank you guys for jumping on, and I want to announce officially that you can now officially legally give us your money on our Patreon page. I know I hate asking for it. It's the worst thing in the world.
Why is it illegal?
It's not illegal, but I'm saying it's a nice, easy way. It's not under the table. It's all, right. It's up front for everybody to see. On Patreon, if you want to search it, patreon.com/thechunkpod. Just go there. Even if you have no idea what a Patreon is, just read it. And if you don't care, then delete it. All right, just move on. It's okay. We had to make one because it's 2018, and that's how it goes. So,
well, let's get right into it. Fantasy Football League Draft date announcement. What is that?
Ooh, I'm excited.
Snap. It's the Chunk Fantasy Football League. We got to keep it official here, and we're actually partaking in this draft via Facebook Live. Everyone will be able to see it on Facebook, and maybe we can stream it somewhere else, but mainly on our Facebook page. If you want to follow us on there, just search for @thechunkpod on Facebook. Give us a like. Is that what they do it? Everybody does follows, but Facebook does likes. I don't get it. It's weird. Anyway,
it does likes and follows.
Either way, we'd appreciate it if you liked and or followed. We don't care either way, but we will be live streaming our fantasy football draft on the Facebook page, so you can see it. It'll be on Saturday, August 18th, and it'll be roughly 7 p.m., but we did invite Niki, so it probably won't start till like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So
Wrong.
And yours truly will be there digitally. I'm hoping that you guys can find a laptop or tablet.
Yeah.
To put my face on, just like perch me on a mantle or
table
man, or something.
You're no longer in the Tri-County area, but that doesn't mean we can't have your face front and center on this live stream via like an iPad or something. We'll get you in there. Either way, we'll get it hooked up, and I'm excited for it. I also, I'm ashamed to admit I haven't really even looked at much fantasy football things yet. But when I know when I do, it's like a switch. I dive in hard, but right now, if we drafted today, I would be clueless.
I have a question for you guys then.
Yeah.
Since I'm getting a raw reaction, I have the first pick in a different league.
Oh, boy.
And I'm kind of thinking of going with David Johnson off the injury.
Ooh.
David Johnson.
I would not recommend it.
Risk.
I would not recommend it only because, listen, I love David Johnson, and I probably will try to pick him and no matter where I'm at in the draft. But the Arizona Cardinals are kind of butt cheeks.
That's Sam Bradford, though. Sam Bradford is, the savior.
I'm going to say it again. They're kind of butt cheeks. So I would take a running back, though. Probably, I mean, I know consensus says Gurley right now, but...
Dude, you want to be on the Barkley train.
Oh.
I'm not taking Barkley number one. The Giants are more butt cheeks than the Cardinals.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, listen, we need to save all this because I want to say it, we are going to do a fantasy football preview podcast coming here in the next few weeks, probably before the draft, and we're going to do our best to try not to give away who we're going to wind up picking or who we're leaning towards. But we want it to be informative, so we'll do a fantasy football preview podcast coming up. And the NFL preseason has officially started. Granted, it's the Hall of Fame game, and granted, we can't really tell you what's happening because we are recording it during the Hall of Fame game. But just so you know, NFL preseason is back. I'm glad to have it back. And it's week 2 of preseason. We'll be starting next weekend, and we'll be doing an NFL preview podcast specifically for NFL, not fantasy football. That one is coming your way in a matter of weeks as well. We got to get both of those knocked out before the actual season starts.
There's a lot to talk about. We got to talk about this new leading with the head rule. We have to settle the debate between who the greater quarterback is, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers.
Not a debate.
And we have to generally just discuss our thoughts on the state of the NFL going into 2018, 2019.
Absolutely.
And the state of the NFL worst team in the league, the New York Jets.
Oh, come on.
No, I mean, look, we deserve it, but I have to say, well, I'll save my bold predictions for the NFL preview.
Let's hold on to those, but we can just get this one out of the way now so he doesn't bring it to the actual podcast. Niki, I'm sorry, did you say or Vic?
The greatest quarterback to have ever played ever.
Okay, and moving on, we are going over to golf. And I saw this pop up on my newsfeed a little bit earlier today, and I saw Tiger Woods versus Phil Mickelson in a head-to-head for $10 million, a $10 million prize. It's going to be happening Thanksgiving weekend. I'm super psyched about this. It's just going to be a head-to-head, two of the greatest of the last decade, maybe probably the last 2 decades. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, how old do you guys think Phil Mickelson is?
He's got to be like almost, I think just under, he's got to be like 50. You don't think he's in his 50s yet.
He's 45, isn't he? Around there.
All right. Well, who do you think's older, Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson?
Oh, Phil Mickelson. Yeah.
Phil, what the hell?
Yeah. Phil's 48 and Tiger's only 42.
Ooh, Tiger Woods.
But he's also a shell of his former self. So,
yeah, Tiger Woods looks like an old 42, and I feel bad saying it, but when I see him, he just looks weathered, and he's been through a lot though. But I guess when you're making
been through
millions,
some stuff. So, but this man looks like he was a chronic smoker and just never stopped.
Do we know if either of them are like actually currently doing any good in golf?
They're both. Phil actually won a tournament this year. He won a pretty big tournament. Tiger, has been right there. It's the closest he's been since, 2013, which is his last win, and all, the BS in between. Tiger actually fired off a pretty good round on Thursday, and, everyone in the golf community thinks that Tiger has a chance to win this week.
Wow.
Well, it says here that they're both tied for 14th place in the PGA Tour.
Matchup never happened before. I feel like I've seen this several times.
No.
They haven't
You don't
played
understand.
just head-to-head, 2 people on the course. They're the only 2 people.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the only way I care about this is if the money is coming straight from their pockets and it's not, coming from, a sponsor. I want it to come straight out of Tiger Woods' pockets, straight out of Phil's pockets. Otherwise, it's all a dog and pony show.
No, what do you mean? How is this any different than like Mayweather versus anybody? You know what I mean? No, not Pacquiao. What is it? Conor McGregor. This is the same thing. It's just 2 dudes. They want to just go out, play some golf, and I think it's cool to have like a head-to-head. It's a different kind of. Nobody wants to. Not nobody. I won't say nobody because I do enjoy watching golf. But for the non-fan to take the 2 of the biggest names of the past like 20 years, right, and just pit them in a 1v1, and you just get to see them both play a full round of golf. I think that's good. I think it's entertaining.
I better see every shot then.
Yeah.
So you want to see them both throw down $5 million, and we'll see who's the better player that day.
I'm
right?
pretty sure it's $10 million from each player. They play for $10 million, and then the winner gets the $10 million.
But they're gambling, and we're all just gonna watch them bet each other. Is that it?
It's high stakes.
I think it's awesome.
It's high stakes for who? Maybe for one of us, but not for them.
No, okay, listen, $10 million.
$10 million's $10 million.
Yeah, that's like, okay, listen, they're making maybe probably
billionaire a few years ago.
No, a few years ago, yeah, but I think I saw something that said their salaries were right around, not salary, but their 2018 or the last calendar year or whatever it was, right around $40 million. So you got to think a quarter of your year's salary is up for grabs. Even if it's on that scale, that's still a lot of money. I mean, I don't know.
Who besides these guys, who's the top 2 golfers in the world right now?
Dustin Johnson, and you have Justin Thomas, who's right there. You have Jordan Spieth, who's right behind them. Those are the prototypical big 3 that they have now, with a couple other names that you guys won't really recognize just behind them.
I have no idea who they are. So you're saying even though they are the best, Nobody gives a damn about what they're doing. We'd rather watch these two has-beens duke it out.
Come on, they're not.
Everyone loves Tiger, and that's the thing. You know, since Tiger's been back this year, everyone has watched a lot more golf. I know.
No matter how good the other guys are doing, these guys are the ones we're all watching.
Yeah,
I'm a big liar, actually. Tiger Woods is ranked number 50 in the PGA. Mickelson, I can't even find him on the list. He's too far down.
Ooh.
Well, I'll let you know right now.
He's number 21.
Yeah, he's in the top. He's in the top 60 because to be in the tournament that they're both in, you have to be within the top 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickelson's 21 and Woods is 50.
Okay, so I'm just saying, I think this is a cool idea. I think it's good for golf to get your two of your most notable names in the history of golf, just pit them against each other. And granted, I know $10 million is a lot of money, but it's entertainment, and to me, it's gonna make the sport better. Even though it's just two dudes, I think it's gonna be awesome.
I just want to
Bill
see
Russell
every shot if that's the
one right now. That's how it feels right now.
Wait, what? No.
Russell play Michael Jordan like right now. It's just like two people that haven't played in so long. They're washed up.
What do you mean?
There's many other people that are better.
Mickelson is number 21 in the PGA Tour.
They're still
He's
playing.
Not washed up.
Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I feel just
they're still good.
better than the average, obviously, but there's so many other people that could be having this one-on-one. We're talking about the people that have the biggest name in the last 20 years. So forget your talent, forget you being the best in the world.
Yes.
These two guys, number 50 and 21, they're the ones America wants to watch.
From a marketing
Niki,
standpoint.
You haven't, obviously watched golf, and you forget
being one of the other guys. That's all.
But you forget the rivalry that they had in their quote unquote prime. They were, every week in, week out, going at it, and they were the top of the top.
You're throwing these words around like this is like a physical contact
Come
sport.
on.
Oh my God.
But it's a sport of precision, and they're still competing at the top of the top every week.
All right, I don't think Niki's gonna get it. It's golf, I get it, but I think it's gonna be entertaining. I'm gonna be watching it. I think it'll be pretty cool. So it's good for the sport.
It's golf, but I'm just saying there's whatever. Never mind. Go ahead. Continue.
No, it's fine. Niki, we get it. You don't like golf. It's okay.
To do with golf.
Oh, anyway, we can get out of this. This is one of the main reasons why we're doing the podcast today is the Venom second Venom trailer came out. It's the official trailer. It's long. Yes. It shows a lot. We get a lot more Venom in this trailer, and I just want to know how everyone's feeling about this after seeing this trailer.
You want me to say anything, or I'll go last?
Absolutely, go right now. Let it rip.
Like 6 occasions in a man's life where you can cry. This is one of them.
The Venom trailer is the moment in your life where you cry.
Now, one of 7 reasons I'm allowed to cry on this planet, and I am proud to say it.
Okay, is there a particular reason? What turned you on in this trailer?
The direction it seems to be going is like they might pull off a rated R. I don't know. Either way, but it's just pure raw Venom.
I get what you're saying. I think it's going to be a good movie. I'm going to go see it no matter what. There are causes for concern, I think, after watching it. I don't know. They're just
really.
Yeah, I listen. I think it's gonna be good. I don't know what it is about Tom Hardy in the way he talks. I don't know. It just seems weird. I don't know. It is
kind of awkward, kind of like Cumberbatch doing an American as Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it was just a little weird to me.
The phenomenal Doctor Strange. What do you mean? I had no idea he had another accent.
No, I think he's all right as Doctor Strange. I would not get into that, but I think Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock in this trailer, it just seems like we're going to get a real weird Eddie Brock. I think the Venom is going to be good Venom, granted if the CGI is done correctly. I mean, it's that whole split face scene kind of, I don't know, it looked cool for a second, and then I was like, I looked deeper at it, it kind of turned me off a little bit.
Is clearly incomplete, and hopefully it gets a little bit cleaned up, but
yeah,
it might be the best we get, but I'm still not mad at it.
Hopefully Tom Hardy comes off more brutish in the other parts of the movie. I mean, Eddie Brock is always struck me as kind of a bully.
Yeah,
Peter Parker, but he's not guy. There.
Yeah,
right. Well, that's the other cause for concern, I would say.
There's no
There's
contrast.
no sign of Spider-Man. Is there confirmation that he's going to be in the movie?
Who's that? Spider-Man?
Said anything? Yeah.
Tom Holland or Spider-Man?
No. No. They would have said that by now. They wouldn't wait. They wouldn't hold on to two trailers.
Dude, if they did do that, that would be like
cameo.
That would be like the Spider Boner you've been waiting for.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
There's no logo on his chest either. It's just like his veins / lightning looking thing, whatever they had. But
yeah, well, that's the thing that I was. We talked about this. Geez, probably a month or two ago at this point when the first trailer came out. But Spider-Man is such an integral part of Venom's character that it'll be really interesting to see how they play it out. I was very happy to see also, Niki, like you said, to see kind of the more Venom-y things, like him talking about eating organs and the saying we instead of I or you, and obviously being kind of a badass, but also being the protector of the innocent. So those characteristics obviously seem to be showing through. But we'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, the only thing that's upsetting, listen, I keep I'm not bashing the trailer. I think it's going to be a good movie, and I hope it's done well. I just am the Eddie Brock without the yin, the yin to the yang. You know what I mean? Like without having Peter Parker, they're making him look like Eddie Brock is the good person. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird. He's going to have to take a turn and kind of balance the anti-hero thing. But I don't know. It just seems like, is Eddie Brock good? I don't know. I never thought of him as a good person.
Venom isn't exactly evil or anything. I'd hate to make the comparison, but he's kind of like a Deadpool, like an anti-hero. He will do the right thing, but he might go about it in a terrible, morally wrong way.
I feel like he's more like the Punisher. He protects the innocent, but has no mercy for the, for criminals.
Well, even the anti-hero thing, he's not exactly protecting the innocent, but he'll do. Reality is, if he feels a situation is screwed up, he'll intervene. He's not going to go save every cat out of a tree or nothing like that, but for the most part, he will do how he sees fit.
Well, the other interesting part of this trailer was that it revealed that the other enemies will be other symbiotes. The one was Riot from the comics, and then the other one, not so clear, but it was the one lady like jumped at him and was screaming. So perhaps that is the Scream symbiote.
And she was like shooting spikes out of her back and all this weird stuff. Yeah.
So we may see a little bit of carnage maybe near the end of the movie. Probably, I'd like to think maybe that's a small cameo.
That's what they've been talking about.
Spider-Man,
well, they've been saying that Woody Harrelson's going to be Carnage.
What?
Names.
I don't know if it's a joke or not, but I would love to see Carnage at the end. Maybe like right after. You got to figure Eddie Brock ends up in prison at the end of the movie, and then that's where he meets Cletus Cassidy, and the Venom symbiote, gives up its baby for the Carnage symbiote.
Interesting.
Anti-hero thing. Like once you introduce Carnage, at that point, pretty much Venom basically becomes the good guy because anything Carnage does is insane than anything else you could even fathom.
It's interesting though because I feel like the symbiote in the comics, the symbiote seems like more of a good guy than Eddie Brock, at least in modern times. So it'll be interesting to see.
That's what I'm confused about is how we're going to see Eddie Brock portrayed before he becomes Venom. You know what I mean? Before he gets the symbiote, because in the trailer it makes it look like he's a hero, like he should be the man, like he should be Spider-Man. You know what I mean? That's what that's what it looks like. They're the vibe they're giving off. They're like, well, we don't have a Spider-Man, so we can't make Eddie Brock a douche. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird.
He was always a douche to Spider-Man. He still has like a normal life, and he's still ish guy.
Well, Eddie Brock hated Peter Parker.
Yeah,
because
the thing that's where his anger and douchebaggery came from, was his hatred towards Peter. But outside of Spider-Man, he wasn't a terrible person. He wasn't a bully to everyone. It was just Peter Parker ruined his life. He, from that point, decided to go.
Maybe that's how they'll tie it in. Like maybe the Peter Parker cameo or Spider-Man cameo gets him put in jail at the end of the movie, and then it introduces Cletus Cassidy.
That would be pretty
I'm
sweet.
in the movie. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna be so.
I genuinely think that's what we're gonna get. Is we're gonna get no. I don't think we're gonna get Spider-Man. I don't think it's possible. I feel like that would have been announced publicly so far ahead of time before the shooting.
Oh no, they can easily hide stuff like that.
I don't know if it's.
I mean,
easy.
they didn't even hide Spider-Man from Civil War, so I don't know. I want to
get
believe
people in the theater.
I want to believe that they would be able to hide Spider-Man from all of this, news. But I don't know. I'm excited, and the second trailer I think really gives me a much better feeling about this movie than the first one did.
I agree.
Feeling about the movie, but I also have my own personal concerns. Like some of the things aren't what I envisioned.
Like,
but as far as what they, some of the things you said about Eddie Brock, like he's whoever that guy is clearly not a New Yorker. Clearly,
yeah, he does sound so weird. It's just an odd. Tom Hardy just sounds weird in this role.
The part for sure, but he doesn't sound it.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, we'll obviously. I'm sure they're going to release another trailer that's probably going to spoil like 90% of the movie, which I'm hesitant to look at.
Oh yeah, I'm not
seeing
watching
all the action. Let's be honest.
I'm not watching trailer number 3.
Yeah, trailer number 3. I feel like is going to do it. Was there a release date? I don't even remember seeing a date for release for the Venom movie.
I've got to save myself.
Let me see.
Save myself for Venom.
Oh, okay, the release date for the movie is actually October 5th. October 5th. So that's not even that far away.
Get the heck out of here.
2018 or this year?
2018, October 5th.
What?
Yes, that's
Put
what
it
it
on
says.
the calendar, boys. Put it on the calendar.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, absolutely. We can go see that
Tell me twice.
opening weekend. We'll definitely go, and then we'll try to go roll out with a Venom review podcast because we're hyping this one up big time, and I know there's a lot of big fans of Venom out there, including Niki, who apparently cried when he saw the trailer.
I haven't cried in years.
I haven't cried in years. Moving on, we're going to go to our gaming. It's a little light in gaming, but we will talk about Madden 19. We're still the giveaway. The first chunk giveaway is still going on right now. You can find it on our Facebook page, on our Twitter, or on our Instagram. You can enter. You just have to tag a couple friends, retweet it, whatever you got to do. It's totally free to enter. And if you want to check it out, definitely follow us. It's at the Chunk Pod on all the social medias. But we're giving away a free copy of Madden 19 for PS4 or Xbox One. And I know that we talked about the giveaway last week, but we didn't really talk about the game itself. Is anybody, I mean, I know it's hard to say, are you excited for a Madden game? Because it seems like every year it comes out and I get it like clockwork, just because it's like, oh, fresh Madden, got to play it. But is there anything exciting anybody right now, or is it just another Madden for everybody?
It's just another Madden.
All right.
I have to imagine that the Jets are going to be rated at like 70 to start the season off. So it's not going to be super fun up front until I create a star quarterback Flash Gordon.
Yo, F that guy, by the way. He's like a 7'1" monstrosity, disgusting human quarterback.
And he was the greatest in the league for sure.
As opposed to the alien quarterback.
Look, I've been trying to find online details. Everybody kind of seems to be saying that it looks like just a more polished Madden 2018. They're saying that the long shot story mode is really bad compared to the first one. And they did say that the running game and the animation of the player models is a lot better, but that remains to be seen.
Which is why I'm saving my money for FIFA.
Oh, I can't do FIFA anymore.
Ooh,
I don't know why.
bold.
I'm not a sucker. I can't do it.
Never been good as FIFA ever.
The other thing I did see actually, which was interesting for those of you that like the Madden Ultimate Team mode for the Madden games, they've simplified it immensely from what it looks like, where instead of going through all these stupid menus and trying to figure out which character fits with what style offense you want to run and picking players you don't necessarily want to use, but they've got the better fit, they're kind of boiling it down more to which characters do you like, which players, and once you get that player for your team, you can upgrade them directly without having to farm for all sorts of different sets and all that crap. So it looks like it'll be a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. It looks a little bit more streamlined. Madden Ultimate Team for me always seemed to be pay to play.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd much rather just jump on the open seas and battle people with the jets.
Yeah, well, they do Connected Careers. One thing that they do better than anybody is the online franchise mode. NBA 2K, I don't know what it is every year. They never revisit the online like team franchise mode. It's always like a single season. You can do a fantasy draft, but the players that you just picked, they're all gone after that one season. But the Madden online franchise, that's one thing. That's one of the reasons why I keep playing it. I keep getting it is because if you can get a couple friends connected in a league, I think that's one of the coolest experiences.
But
yeah, I'm down to do that again.
They only do it like 1 year or something like that. Like last generation, Xbox 360, PS3, it was master. They did great. As soon as the next generation, I'm like, oh, they're gonna improve upon it. We never got it back.
Yeah, you're talking about 2K, right? 2K. For some reason, Xbox 360 and PS3, whenever they had 2K, they had a full online franchise, fantasy draft, trading, off-season, free agency, and then they went to the next generation, which is now the current generation, and they never went back to it. They just obliterated it completely, and it makes me sick because that's like, to me, that's one of my favorite parts about the game. Now it's like 100% focused on my career, my player, because that's the cash cow for them.
Exactly.
Everybody's buying the freaking whatever it is, VC bucks or whatever. It's a joke. It really is.
That's what broke it this year. I mean, especially for 2K, because if you try to go play online right now, like the parks are like dead. Nobody's playing anymore.
Yeah.
Lynch was saying earlier that they are bringing back an NCAA game.
Yeah, there is talk of bringing back a college football game. It's essentially the framework of the game, and then it's going to be developed further. It's a way to get you NCAA football without, slapping on a NCAA football title.
Yeah, from what I saw was basically it was just a reskinned NCAA, updated though, a reskinned NCAA, and it's just like you're the Tampa Manatees, you know what I mean? And then they're leaving it up to the players who take the time, because that was how the NCAA did it anyway, where they would release it and there wouldn't be names because they couldn't use the names. However, they would let everybody rename the rosters. That's basically what they're going to do. They're going to provide the framework of the game and let the players basically create NCAA. And they're just going to be like, what? The players did it. It wasn't us.
It was the best thing. Like, I honestly remember playing NCAA, and I wanted to be Appalachian State because that's when Appalachian State was a dynasty. Get our Monty Edwards and just run around and have a poor man's Michael Vick in college football. And I was able to do that because the developers, the players made an Armonte Edwards.
I like that name drop of the greatest quarterback ever.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yes. Anytime this guy hears Vic, it's like when he sees a Venom trailer. He's like, 7 times you can cry in your life. Venom trailer. Every time Mike Vick is sad. That's it. That's like the only time this man gets emotional.
Oh, speaking of other games, I'm sure I'm not alone, but I feel like 2K needs a crack at a football game as well. They need to take away the exclusive rights to EA. And
it's coming. No, it's coming.
I know they have exclusive rights, but I mean, as soon as that contract expires, they should at least diversify.
I'm telling you now, it's coming. It's coming very soon. I'm almost 99% sure that EA's stranglehold on the NFL title. It's either already over or it's coming within a year, I believe. So I
get renewed.
I don't think they can, or I don't think they did. Hold on, I let me look it up, but I'm pretty sure.
But they used to have a NFL 2K, and they had the first
2005.
Yes, but they had the first essentially poor man's virtual reality because you had the helmet cam where you were the person.
I know,
all
but
you
as soon as
saw.
that happened, that freaked EA out or whatever. And I don't know what happened, but they bought the exclusive rights to it after that game because they also released that game for $20.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah, they threw money at it, and I'm pretty sure. I want to say Chad Ochocinco was on that cover because I remember
T.O. was on a cover.
Yeah, it was T.O.
Yeah.
But I know Ochocinco was part of that in the animation because I remember being Chad Ochocinco in the helmet cam, and I thought I was, God's gift.
I remember being
One of the greatest things ever.
I remember being TJ Hushmanzada just to see the long, stupid name on the inside of the helmet. That was awesome.
Man, this makes me really want to play some Madden, actually.
Yeah. Well, this makes me want to have Madden have some competition again, but whatever.
But I mean, 2K has competition or somewhat competition with NBA Live, and God forbid, NBA Live put out a good game for once.
Hey, listen, they're trying, but whenever the license expired on NBA, they were like, "All right, boys, let's roll out what we have," and it was NBA Live 06. Like that was like what they basically gave us on PS4 and Xbox One. But
they need to. I'd rather have them bring back NBA Jam at this point.
Ooh, well, actually, that is coming. Something like that is coming, I believe. No, 2K. Remember, there was a game called NBA Playgrounds just came out right recently within the last year. It was on the Switch, and I think they released it on PS4 and Xbox One. It's big head 2-on-2. It's the 2018 NBA Jam. 2K bought it. 2K bought NBA Playgrounds and is now running NBA Playgrounds, and they're going to be selling it as a standalone game.
Actually, kind of curious to see how that turns out.
It's going to be a pay-to-play where you have to buy VC to get, codes and whatnot because 2K wants to ruin everything at this point. I'm convinced.
What's the worst thing that could have happened to that game? It was a cool little concept, but 2K will at least do updating the rosters as things change. However, they will make you pay for the legends because you're not going to be able to play with AI like you would in the original, but I don't know. Anyway, we're getting all over the place right now, but
in the next few years, they're gonna actually make like one Madden, and then they're gonna now for probably, I guess, a few years or whatever. But it's gonna become like a subscription fee to play the game instead of having a new game every year. They're gonna make a subscription for Madden. They're gonna try to plan that out in the next few years. I've heard. It's pissed a lot of people off.
It doesn't sound like a horrible idea. I don't think people want to keep buying a new Madden disc every year if you're not going to do much to it.
But think about it. But whatever quote-unquote features they add to it, whatever that version of Madden is, you're locked into it for the next few years.
That's fine as long as they're not going to charge me a full price. You know what I mean? Charge me. I'll pay $20 for DLC upgrade to the next season. I don't mind that.
I'm not okay with it because there's some versions of Madden I prefer over other ones, but they're going to just keep going to the next year or whatever, and then finally whichever one they land on, it's just not going to have everything you wanted. It's going to be just that one for the next 5 years. I mean, it's a good idea, but I feel like they're going to screw it up somehow.
They always do.
Yeah, that's true. And that's how we'll end the podcast in the saddest form imaginable. But actually, let's not end it sadly. Well, let's brighten it up a little bit. The Madden 19 giveaway, I know we just talked about it and we kind of bashed it a little bit, and then we started bashing 2K, and then we just got all over the map. But we're still going to away a copy of Madden 19, and I just wanted to clarify how we're giving this away, because it's not we're going to be randomly picking the name from Facebook, from Instagram, and the response has been so huge on Twitter. We'll probably pick maybe 3 from Twitter. I know originally I said 1, but at this point, what's happening on Twitter is awesome. Thank you, everybody, all around for participating, but Twitter's showing up big. So when I say pick 3, we're talking qualifiers, right? So we're just going to randomly assign you. I'm going to live stream a Super Smash Brothers fight, right? So I'll get 5 total participants. Name a character, the name of whoever is the qualifier, randomly assign them a character, and we will stream a deathmatch fight to the finish on Twitch, and that will be happening on Tuesday, August 7th. So if you want to participate or check that out, it'll be happening Tuesday. I don't know what time roughly, but I'll be sure to let everybody know on social media what time we're going to be doing that. So be aware. But the last
fighter is going to be manned or CPU?
Oh, they're going to be CPU. What do you mean? Who's going to be fighting it?
Oh, okay.
It's going to be
I don't know. I thought you were going to
CPU.
Just let it happen.
Slobber knocker. I just want it to be totally random. I don't want any human contact on it. It's going to be totally random, and it'll be last man standing. wins the copy of Madden 19. So that's going to be a fun way to give it away. And I think that might be a way we do a lot of the giveaways here. I just think it's a cool, fun way, and it's not, how are you going to get mad because your Pikachu didn't win? I don't know. It'll be fun to watch for sure.
I think it's a, very unique chunk way to give away a new game.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to doing it. But you'll still have, right now, if you're listening before or on Monday, August 6th, you have until 11:59 on Monday, August 6th to get your entries in. Then we will be pulling the names on the following Tuesday, and then we'll set it up. We'll do the Twitch live stream. And that's how we'll decide who wins Madden 19, and then afterwards we'll contact everybody and and by everybody I mean the one winner, and get that game to them. Hopefully by launch day, which is if you pre-order the Friday, the following Friday. So that's going to be pretty cool if we can get that to them right away before it all comes out on. I think
we'll get their information. I'll meet up at their address and I'll watch them play it.
Yeah,
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, awesome. I do want to get like a picture of them back whenever they get it, just to say we'll put them up on our social media, just a shout out to them for being the first official Chunker giveaway winner. So that's going to be a pretty cool thing. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that Patreon page we talked about a little bit earlier. So if you want to check it out, be sure to check it out and maybe share it with your grandmother or your grandparents or anybody who has a little money on the side. Anyway, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for another great Chunk podcast, and we will be back next week. We'll be back on Tuesday, at least on Twitch, to do the Chunk giveaway for the Madden 19 copy.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Stay chunky out there.
Yeah. Thank you, Lynch. Thank you, Niki.
Stay
Thank
chunky.
you, JJ.
I like it.
Stay chunky. Stay venominy, and stay Michael Vicky.
Hey.
All right. Catch you guys later.